Welcome, Aries. This is your Lovescope reading for October 2015. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly. And I'd like to take a moment to thank you for all the support you give me each and every day. Now, I think you're going to have just a beautiful month, just because we have the Ten of Pentacles as our main card. So the Ten of Pentacles is your yes card. Now, this could be relationships. More often than not, though, this card stands for finances. So I'm not going to limit this reading to a love reading for you, because many times this card stands for finances. And I know we're doing a love reading, and I will direct a lot of the energy towards a love reading. But when this card comes up, it usually means that finances can really take a jump forward, a leap forward. And we're going to see how that works in as well for the month of October for you. Okay? Now, two energies that you don't know, and this is the overriding energy, and it's the sun. So this talks about how strong you are as a person this month. Okay, so get out there. If you're trying to meet somebody, get out there and socialize and have some fun. Just let your energy flow. If you are in a relationship, once again, be yourself. Be the strength you are. The other energy is a lower energy, and it's what could be affecting you. And this is where, you know, the Ten of Pentacles is your yes card, but this card sometimes talks about not believing in yourself, having that self-doubt, not standing up with confidence. So this is actually the negative energy that could pull you down. So make sure that you are not trying to self-sabotage yourself. I mean, we have the Ten of Pentacles as your first card and the Sun as your second card, and the overriding energy for the month. This is the underlying energy. Now, this door, once again, I mean, it's the Pentacles. It's money. But it could be your well-being. It could be health. Okay? And this card is two sides of the coin. Pardon the pun. Okay, so we can either be the person that is sitting on those steps, kind of sitting there all crumpled up, oh, woe is me, and, you know, maybe there is some tension in the relationship. If you're in a relationship, maybe there's some tension. And so you sit back and you go, oh, woe is me, and nothing's going to work out. Or you can stand up straight and tall and proud of who you are and have those conversations. But those conversations need to really be around what you want going forward, not so much about what they want going forward. And I'm not one to preach a selfish kind of ego here. So, you know, you want to remain humble. You want to look at where you can compromise. But at the same time, it has to fit into your path forward. So when I say you can have it all, you can have it all, but you have to understand what you truly want. So you can have the great relationship and you can have the great career. It's really there for you if you want it. But you really have to, well, we have the Four of Cups, okay? And this is our thought card. So the Four of Cups is really the gratitude card. So you really have to, if you're in a relationship, you really need to look at the relationship and understand if it is a relationship that is going to exalt you. Do they appreciate you? Do you appreciate them? Do they build you up? Do you build them up? If you're not in a relationship, then what are the main factors that need to be present in order for that relationship to work long term? And I do think that there is magic here, because we do have the Magician. That if you're not in a relationship, you could very well meet somebody for a very long-term relationship. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Eight of Cups, so it could very well be a long-term relationship. But you have to, once again, know exactly what you want. This is almost like making that pros and con list and understanding what really will work in your life going forward and what won't work in your life going forward, and the same with career. You know, are you grateful that you have a job right now? Are you grateful that you don't have a job right now? What kind of, are you grateful that you have certain talents or gifts, and do you want to exploit them in order to become passionate about what you do day in and day out? Is it already something that you do that makes you passionate? Maybe you want just career. Maybe a relationship really isn't the thing that you want right now. Maybe a relationship is the perfect thing if that person appreciates you and helps you and lifts you up and supports you in your actions. And I think that the more you look at that, because the owl caught my eye just as I was laying the card down, the more you look at it and really get in tune with what you truly want to manifest going forward, the more you will tap into your own inner wisdom. The more you will tap into your own center of knowledge. And you'll know what's right and what's wrong. And then it's just a matter of acting on it. Now we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, and this is going forward. The Eight of Cups, the cups that stand behind you, sometimes talks about you are leaving things behind that you truly do love, that you don't want to give up, that has been good in your life. But chances are it's run its course, whatever that might be. So you might be moving neighborhoods, you might be moving countries, you might be moving just from an apartment into a house, or just from a house into an apartment. Now with this deck, I always seem to catch hold of that instrument that she holds. So I think that the path forward calls for a very creative path, one that is in tune with your passions, what you are good at, your gifts, your talents. So I think you kind of have to figure out what you are taking with you and what you need to leave behind in going forward. And I think that it's kind of mixed with career here. I don't think that you can discuss one without the other for the month of October. You can't talk about your future forward without giving some kind of thought to relationships in your life. You can't give all the energy to relationships without taking into account where you want to go professionally or in your career. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is all about closing doors behind you and opening up new doors, and mainly it's closing doors behind you so new doors can open. So those doors potentially have not opened for you yet, but they will. But you also have to put the past in the past and understand what needs to go forward with you and what needs to stay in the past. And I think you have a very good grasp of what that means. Now, this is another card that I always, especially with this deck, I always think of finances. So I think that whatever you are closing the door on in your life this month has to do with you actually gaining in finances, gaining in, bringing in more income, bringing in more wealth, bringing in, and it could be, if you're not looking at money, income, then you're definitely looking at your well-being and your health. But I think that for the majority of you, it is finances that you are looking at. And we have so much of the main cards here is finances that I think that you have a very good intuition about money matters this month. That you can make some very wise choices when it comes to money. So if you are looking at your budget or looking at new ways of saving your money or investing your money, or maybe if it is feasible for you to take a loan, I think that you have a very good sense of it, a very good intuitive sense of it. And I think this month is a good month for you to look at any kind of money matters. I think you will make a lot of sound decisions if you give it your energy, give it your time. We have the Ace of Swords. This is your aha moments. This is my new word of the week is epiphany. I did the weekly readings, and the epiphany card came out a couple of times, and it just kind of seems right just about now to use that word, to have that aha moment, to understand, it's like a light bulb going off. It's like a spark. It's, you understand. So meditation, prayer is very important this month because you want to make sure that you have thought it through properly. And when you give it energy, when you give it thought, when you give it time for meditation and prayer and thinking things through, that's when those aha moments come. That's when those epiphanies come. That's when you say, I know what to do and how to go forward. And this is a going forward card. This also is a sword. So, you know, you're not afraid to really cut things out of your life. With it being right after the Wheel of Fortune, this card says that whatever you need to cut out of your life or whatever you need to leave behind, you're okay with that. So if it doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't right. Because whatever you decide to move away from in order to move forward to, you're going to be okay with that. You're going to feel like it's the right move. We have the Magician here. So expect a little bit of magic this month. Absolutely. Okay, and the Magician says, what do you want? Spiritually, in love, in work, in health, what do you want? And if you truly want it and you're truly willing to do the work, it is yours. It matches up with the Ten of Pentacles, which is your first card. Now, the Ten of Wands is here. So I think by the end of the month, you have worked through a lot of issues in your life of what has been weighing you down, what is new and beautiful and full of life in your world. Okay, so it could be love, it could be work, it could be finances, absolutely. For health, I would have to say, you know, just make sure that you're getting enough rest, that you're not pushing yourself too hard, because this is very strong energy for you this month. But you shine. There is this beautiful energy around you to really, there's this beautiful energy around you to either take a relationship to the next level, but it's meet somebody new. You can meet somebody new very easily that will go the distance with you. And I think a few of you, you might decide to walk away or not want to be in a relationship right now. That career is more important. I'm kind of getting this career in your reading, and I can't ignore it because it's very strong. Okay, now back to the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is somebody who is overburdened. So you might have this heavy workload, and that's why I was kind of thinking your health. That, you know, make sure that you are resting and make sure that you are not taking on other people's responsibilities and obligations. Make sure that you have time to fit everything in your daily routine. You don't want to be pushing yourself too hard. You don't want to be saying yes to too many things. You want to prioritize. You want to make sure that the responsibilities and the obligations that you do say yes to are your responsibilities and obligations and not somebody else's that you're taking on for them. Okay, you need to have an easy step, an easy flow, and you can't be weighed down. This is saying you cannot be weighed down. And I think by the end of the month, you really understand what needs to go in your life and what needs to stay in your life, what you want to enrich, what you want to grow, what you want to materialize. Let's get an angel card here for you, shall we? The deck is way over there. So I think you have some good financial judgment. It's all about you. I mean, you do shine, okay? With the Sun card, it is about you. It's about your prosperity. And the prosperity could be in a love relationship. It could be in career. It could be in both. Really, you can have it all, but you really just need to decide what it is you want. The Wheel of Fortune definitely says that there are doors that will close. Now, that could be in career. That could be in the job. Okay, but you want those doors to close, okay? So it's not something that's going to happen that is going to throw you off balance. More so, it's going to be something that you instigate. You start that flow forward, or that closing of the door. The Ten of Michael. A situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So take a bow. You've been through a lot and you're ready to go forward. So I think there's with especially with the Eight of Cups here, there's some kind of situation that needs to end. It could be in any area really of your life. So you have to look at your priority list and what is affecting you. It could be your stature in the community. It could be a job or a work project. It could be a relationship that you're in or a relationship that you're looking at and deciding that you don't want to go there. But it also talks about new opportunities for happiness. So it could be just, especially if you're in a relationship, it could be you just sitting down with them and having some honest communication about what really needs to be in order to go forward and going to the next level of the relationship. What you feel the relationship needs in order to have a strength, vitality, longevity. So put the past behind you and get ready to move forward. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.